All right, so let's look at numbers over 100. And I know we did these at the beginning of the year, but again, we all need review, especially with numbers. It's something that we don't always use, so they just kind of get forgotten. All right, so 100 with that C hand shape, or 100. Okay? 101 through 109, you have to come back to an O. So it's going to be like saying 101, 102. I'm going to do it with my X hand shape. If it is more comfortable for you to say 100 with your C hand shape, that's appropriate as well. 101, 102. You should be signing with me. 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. So you just saw that rule of nines, which you know gets used with number incorporation, which we're going to talk about in just a second. After you get to 110, it's just like counting without the 100. You just say 100 first. So 111, 112, 113, so on and so forth. 200 or 200. Same rule applies here. You're going to have to go 201, 202, 203, so on and so forth. All right, 300, 400, 500. That shortcut, the X shortcut, works for all of those hundreds. Once you get to 600, you have to do that C hand shape. 600, 700, 800, 900. Even if you're doing that C hand shape, you still have to come to that 0. So 601, 602, so on and so forth. Okay? 1,000, just one again. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, so on and so forth. Okay, so now we are going to talk about phone numbers in American Sign Language. If somebody asks you for their phone number, how are you going to give that to them? Here's the important part. Your hand always stays out. Palm is always out. Always, 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 always. You are allowed to group the last 4 digits into 2 and 2, if that makes sense. So, for example, if I wanted to sign my phone number, which is not actually my phone number, 810 527 8593. So those last 4 digits, 8593, you kind of chunked into, so 85 became 85, 93 became 93. Okay, if you have a phone number, maybe the last 4 digits of your phone number are 1211, you could do 1211, just to like make it easier for your receiver to write down, oh, 1211, 1211. Okay, so palm is always out, and pause in between each, like where you would put a hyphen, you need to pause. So 810, pause. 527, pause. 8593. Ta-da! All right, so phone numbers are pretty straightforward. Addresses are really straightforward as well. Your palm is, again, gonna stay out. And you can play with addresses a little bit. So let's say your address is 125 Houston Drive, okay? You could do 125. That'd be fine. 125 Houston Drive. Okay, so palm stays out. You can also group your numbers, so maybe you're 2525 Houston Drive, 2525 Houston Drive. All right, addresses are pretty straightforward. Palm stays out. Even if it's all numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Doesn't matter, palm is out when you're giving an address. Phone numbers, addresses. All right, money review, which should seem very familiar to you because we did that in quarter 2 when we did travel and clothing and all that stuff, and you told me how much everything cost. Okay, but just a quick review. Remember, we get to use number incorporation for our dollar signs. So $1, $2, $3. You should be signing with me. $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. Reminder, you don't always have to sign dollars and cents. Just like in English, it's appropriate for me to say $1.50, it's $1.50, or it's $1.50, depending on the circumstance. So in ASL, it could look the same way. You could say $1, cent, 50. That's a long way, but you could do it. You could say $1, the short way, cent 50. More often than not, you're going to see $1.50. Okay, just a reminder there. Number money, number incorporation. Rule of 9s. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 10 days. Okay, sign these with me. We're going to go through some number incorporation stuff. I want you to sign with me. Here we go. Months. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. Okay. Weeks. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. Okay. Hours. You can twist your wrist around, that's totally fine, but just to keep my wrist from hurting, I usually keep it straight. You should be signing with me. Okay, so number incorporation, taking the sign, so the sign for hour, sign for week, sign for day, sign for month, and adding the number to that sign, right? That is number incorporation, and it only encompasses 1 through 9. That's where we get our rule of 9s from. Let's go ahead and do time as well. Remember, point to your wrist, touch it with your pointer finger, sign with me. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You're touching with your pointer finger every single time. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9. Ooh, this one's get tricky because you get to touch your middle finger. 9 o'clock. Time, 10, time, 11, time, 12. Okay? All right, so now what I want you to do is get a partner, practice signing the rule of 9s for days, so 1 day through 9 days, week, month, dollars, and what did I literally just do? Dollars and I don't know, whatever that last thing was. Practice with a partner. After you practice, you are going to get a piece of paper, make a chart. No, don't make a chart. Write down. You're going to get, let's do 5 people. And if you have time for more, you're going to do more. It depends on your teacher. Okay, you're going to try to get 5 people or more. I want the conversation to be like this. Your phone number, what? My phone number, and then give them a phone number. If it's not your actual phone number, that's fine. I just want you adhering to the rules that we talked about with keeping your palm out, okay? your address, what? Or you could say you live where? My address, and then give them an address. I don't care if you make it up. I just want you to adhere to the rules of signing an address. Okay? Let me really quickly show you, like I'll do my old address for you so you can see a whole entire address. Okay? All right. Go ask for phone numbers and addresses and practice with partners.